So rolling your shoulders back and down. Finding that comfortable position. And just start by bringing your awareness to your breath. Maybe close the eyes if you feel comfortable to. And just allow yourself this little bit of relaxation, this time to be fully present and mindful. And find the breath. So we want to breathe deep down into your belly. We want to find those big belly breaths. We want to make sure that we're relaxed as we can. As we inhale in through the nose and out through the nose, we're just releasing any tension from our shoulders, unclenching our jaws, maybe just having a slight smile on your face. See how that changes your demeanor, your mood. Just allow a little bit more softness. It's kind of creating a buffer between the work that you may have just been doing or the tasks that you've been up to this morning and this afternoon into this space, practicing a bit of yoga, moving your body and bringing a little bit of clarity to your mind. Gently we flutter the eyes open. Fab. So take hold of your wrists. And I want you to take hold of your right wrist with your left hand and just move through the wrist. We're going to come into some upper body work today. And then take hold of your hand and push the palm out and away from you. So if you've been spending a lot of time typing or on a computer or a laptop, just bring some movement into the wrists. I don't know which screen to look at, so I've got two, so hey all. And the other side, take hold of that left wrist, drawing big circles. And again, we push the wrist away, just stretching through. And the other side. Bring yourself onto all fours. Maybe on your mat, maybe just on the floor, whatever space you have. And we're going to bring the wrists together. Maybe this is as close as you can get them today. Maybe you want to bring them a little bit closer. And we're just going to start moving into it. Taking circles one way and the other way. And then turn your hands in, so the fingertips come in towards your knees. You might find that you're still with your fingertips out towards the sides, whatever works for you. Just be careful if your wrists are particularly sore. And just start rocking backwards and forwards. And we're trying to get into our digital flexor muscles, those muscles in your forearms. And then one more, really gently release both of your hands. Take your right hand, take the top of the right hand down onto the mat, push into the little finger and the thumb, and then internally rotate the elbow. So you're drawing the kind of the nook, the eye of your elbow forward, straightening your arm. Kind of makes you feel like you're a little bit just double jointed here. But you can feel a big pull or stretch. And release. And then the other side, take the top of the left hand down into the floor, push into the little thumb and the finger, and again, we just draw it forwards. Nice, welcome everyone that's just joined us on Insta. And release, good. And then sit down. So find yourself in a comfortable position. I know sometimes this is too much people on their knees, maybe you're sitting on a cushion, whatever you are. We're going to take the arms up. So bear with me, guys and ladies. Take the arms up, pull the belly in, and we're going to take our hands into fists. From here, I've got my arms up. I just wanted to show you guys on Zoom that I've got fists. We're going to pull the belly in. It's going to angle that up so you can see me a bit better. And we're going to make our hands as wide as we can. Bring it back into fists. Again, as wide as you can, back into fists. And then as fast as you can go. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands down. Can anyone else start to feel a little bit of a pump in your hands and your forearms? We go again. Lift the arms up. You want to spread your fingers as wide as you can and then bring them into fists. Again, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands down. Anyone else feeling it? You can really start to feel it in your hands. One last time. Lift those arms up. Make fists with your hands. Make your hands as wide as you can. And we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. So it gets to about 3 at that point, and I feel like my brain is telling my hands to move, and they're not moving as fast as I want them to. Really works into your wrists. It also helps to develop strength in your forearms, especially if you have any wrist issues, or if you're spending a lot of time doing this and get repetitive strain. It really helps to strengthen that area. So now coming on to your mat, now our wrists are nice and warm. We're going to find ourselves in our all-four position. So you want to make sure that your shoulders above your wrists, your hips are above your knees, you're pulling the belly in and you're finding that position. We're just going to work into our back. So inhale, we lift the chest, we look forwards, we roll the shoulders back and down. As we exhale, we tuck the tailbone under, we pull the belly in and we press upwards. Inhale, we come up, we lift the chest, we look forwards, and as we exhale, we press it back. One more. Inhale, relax your shoulders, pull the belly in, look forwards, lift the chest. Exhale, we send it back. And we're going to tuck our toes under, find neutral, so we're pulling that belly in. We never just let our belly hang loose. We pull it up, we keep that nice flat back. And we're going to lift our knees about 2 or 3 inches up and off the floor. You're engaging here and just rock backwards and forwards. You'll feel it in your wrists, you might feel it in your quads. You might feel that your feet start to turn on. Switch on. And then from here, we're going to bring it up and take it even further, maybe sending it as far back as we can, maybe coming into a full plank. We're trying to get the body moving this lunchtime. One more, bring it forwards, send it back, and then find your down dog. You want to lift your hips up nice and high, pull the belly in, the palms are flat to the floor, the tailbone is lifted and we're patting it out through the heels. Good stuff. Walk your feet forwards and bring your feet in towards your hands. Let the head hang heavy, the neck hang long, maybe just shake it out. Release any tension you're holding there. Keep the knees bent if your hamstrings are tight. Inhale, halfway lift, the hands find the shins. We look forward and create a flat back. As we exhale, we bring it down to the floor. And we're going to step back into that downward facing dog position. Pull the belly in. Starting with your left leg, we're going to bring our left leg forwards and take the knee down directly below the belly button. Turn your left foot 90 degrees to the left and take your right foot down. So you're coming into this supported side position. It's kind of like a supported half plank. You've got your left hand underneath the shoulder, the knee down under the hip, and you're pushing into the outside of your right foot. Right arm comes up and over the head. Pull that belly in. We're going to lift the right leg, lengthening here. Inhale, we reach as far as we can. And as we exhale, we bend the elbow and the knee into touch. Inhale, we lengthen to reach here. Exhale, bring the elbow and the knee into touch. One more, inhaling to reach and lengthen. Exhale, elbow and knee come into touch. Just relax, and if you want to, maybe take hold of that right foot, lift the chest, open, and we come into those hip flexors. Just be mindful not to topple over here. Pulling the belly in, we are trying to turn your chest up towards the ceiling. Pull the belly in. See if you can keep hold of that right foot. And we're going to take the right foot up to the top of the mat. Taking the foot in between the hands. You're then in a little low lunge. Inhale, we send the arms up towards the sky. Our toes are untucked at the back and we're lengthening here. Inhale and exhale. We're going to make this dynamic. So we're going to inhale, lift up. So we exhale, we bend the arms, we bring it down. So if I turn face on, you can see a little bit better. So inhale, we're reaching. Exhale, we're sinking down into it. Inhale, we're reaching up. Exhale, we're sinking down. One more. Inhale, we reach up. Exhale, we sink down. Then we take the hands down to frame the right foot. Pull the belly in, tuck the left toes under, step the right foot to the back, and we paddle it out through the feet. So I'm just going to turn around, but you stay where you are. And we're going to bring our right knee down onto the floor. You want to pull the belly in, you want to lift your chest, and then we're going to turn that right foot through 90 degrees to the right. Take the left foot down, the right palm comes flat to the floor, and we send the left arm up and over the head. You're reaching here, you're lengthening here, finding that breath. Inhale, we lift the leg, push through the heel. Exhale, we bring the elbow and the knee into touch. Inhale, we lengthen and we reach. Exhale, elbow and knee come into touch. One more, inhaling and exhaling. And then release the arm and the leg. Maybe take the left hand back, finding the left foot. Open the chest, breathe here. Inhale, relax your face, find a bit of softness, and exhale. Little party trick, can you keep hold of that left foot? Bring the left foot forwards, take it in between the hands, pull the belly and you're in that low lunge. You want to make sure that the knee is stacked over the ankle, you're lifting your chest, rolling the shoulders back and down, we send the arms up. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, we sink a little deeper, and again we bend those arms. Inhale, we reach it up. Exhale, we come into that deeper lunge. One more, inhale and exhale. Take the hands down to find the floor, tuck the right toes under, step it back, down dog. Pat it through the heels. So those of you maybe that are joining me for the first time and you find down dog quite stressful, just look forwards and I'll give you a few tips here. So you want to make sure that your knees are bent. So tuck the toes under, pull the belly in, lift your knees off, and then sit the weight back as far as you can. You're keeping your upper body nice and long, looking towards your navel, relaxing the leg. And just start to lift your hips up a little bit higher. Keep bending the knees. But make sure you don't come into this kind of plank or upside down U position. Sink it back, push the hips back and keep the knees back. And then see if with the knees bent, you can maybe start straightening one and then the other, patting it through the heels. And then start to play with bringing the heels down to the floor with the tailbone still nice and high and your back flat. Now I've been practicing yoga for over 10 years and I don't think I'll ever be able to get my heels on the floor. So if your heels are really high, don't worry about it. Walk your feet forwards. Find that forward fold. Let the head be heavy, the neck be long. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, look forwards. Exhale, we take it down. And then we're going to step all the way back into that plank position. Pull the belly in, lift the chest, and we're going to slowly hover down to the floor. Inhale, little baby cobra, look up. Exhale, find child's pose. Pull the belly in. Find that lovely long breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And then gently come up. We're going to find that downward facing dog again. Pull the belly in. And we're going to take our right leg, lift it up towards the sky, bend our right knee, and again bring our right knee forward in between our wrists. We then take the left leg back, untuck the left toes, and walk our right foot over to the left side of the mat. You want to try and drop your left hip down here. You want to pull up through the chest, look forwards and open. Sink down a little deeper. This is your high pigeon pose. It's quite a big, deep release through the right glute into the glute med. Those of you that want to take it further, you have the option to reach back with your left hand for your left foot. Pull it in quite strong through the quad. This is totally optional. Breathe in. And then release that left leg down. Take the palms flat to the floor. Tuck the left toes under and we push back into downward facing dog. Our left foot comes forwards. We bring the left knee in between the wrists. We slide our right leg back. Untuck the right toes. Come up onto your fingertips. Lift the chest. Look forward again. We're finding that high pigeon. This time opening up through the left side. Maybe you want to reach back with your right hand for your right foot and pull it in. Stretching through the quads. Being mindful that you're still keeping the chest lifted. Release it down. Push into the palms. Tuck the toes under and we come into a plank position. So plank, you have two options. You can stay in full plank or you can take the knees down and find your half plank. Pull the belly in, lift the chest, look forwards. Find that strength by pushing the floor away from you. And if you're with your knees down, that's totally cool. If you're in a full plank, stay in that lovely flat back position. Tuck the tailbone under, pull the belly in. And we're going to bring our right knee in to touch our right elbow. Slide it down to the wrist, back up to the elbow, send it behind you. Left knee comes to touch left elbow. Slide it down to the wrist, lift it back to the elbow, send it behind. One more time, right knee, right elbow. Down to the wrist, back up to the elbow, send it back. Left side, left knee, left elbow. Down to the wrist, send it back. Push it back, take the knees down. Child's pose. Breathing here. Find your breath. Inhale and exhale. Wonderful, I hope you're all still with me. Find yourself back in a plank. Pull the belly in. Lift your chest. You can still be with your knees down if you want to. We're going to roll over to our right side. So if you're in half plank or supported plank, again, come into this position. Lift the arm up. If you're in full plank, you're going to take the right foot forwards. We're going to come into our yogi style. So option if you want to lift that leg. Hold for 3 or supported. 2 and 1. Bring it back, child's pose. Find that breath. Gently come back up. We're going to come into the other side. So again, you can find that supported position with the knee down, with the arm up, or you're finding that full plank. Engage, lift, maybe you can lift the leg, find that yogi start, hold for 3, 2, 1, bring it down, find your child's pose, sink it back. Inhaling and exhaling. And then come all the way up. Roll the shoulders back and down. Interlace through your fingers. We're going to come into a pose called a rabbit. So imagine that your arms are essentially the ears of the rabbit. We're drawing our head down towards the floor. You want to make sure that the weight is equally distributed between your knees and your head, and it's not all going to the top of the head, but you're pushing your hands away from you. Head is down to the floor, and then you're lifting the arms up and over. This is a really good shoulder and wrist release. Maybe take a gentle rock from one side to the other, but do make sure that the weight is equally spread between your knees and your head and it's not going all into your head. Release the hands down, pull the belly in and press back into that downward facing dog. So we've moved up from the wrists and the forearms and we're going to now come into our shoulders. So we're going to take a dolphin. So bring your forearms down to the floor, lift the tailbone high. You can bend your knees here, pull the belly in. Take a big breath in and out. In and out. And come onto your knees and just find pause. So just stay in your child's pose. Today we're trying to shake up the body, wake it up a little bit more with these, some of them slightly stronger yoga poses, but there's also regressions and progressions to everything that we do. If you need to come down and just pause for a moment, please do listen to your body. Maybe you're feeling energized today, maybe you're feeling tired, whatever's going on for you, just take it at your own rate. So coming back into your dolphin, we're lifting your hips high, the palms are flat to the floor, and we're taking the tailbone taut. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And all we're going to do here is rock forwards and backwards. And we're going to go for 10, 9, working into those shoulders, 8, 7, 6, 5, maybe you're feeling it in your legs, 4, breathe, 2, we missed out 3, and 1. And bring it down and sink back into the child's pose. This time let your hands come either side of your feet, let your head relax, and just let those shoulders be completely heavy. Find the breath. And then gently come up. So one more exercise working into the shoulders. I hope you're still with me. I'm just going to demonstrate to start off with, so just looking forwards, take your palms down and towards the floor. And you can come into your downward facing dog, and we're going to take it one at a time, taking our right elbow, then our left elbow down to the floor, coming into dolphin, then lifting up, coming back into down dog. If you're feeling extra energetic and you want to go for both at the same time, so from here, coming into your down dog, taking it back to dolphin, then go for it. But I'm going to demonstrate doing one at a time, just so it covers bases with everyone. We're going to go for 10. So finding yourself back in your downward facing dog, lifting your hips nice and high, pull the belly in, find the breath. Right elbow comes down, followed by the left. Right elbow comes off, followed by the left. Right elbow comes down, followed by the left. And we go again. 3, maybe you're going together. And 4. Lift up one by one. 5, halfway. 6, change the direction. 7, maybe you want to try both at the same time. 8, lift those hips nice and high. 9, and 10. And then bring the knees down to the floor and sink back into child's pose. Hard work over. Well done, everyone. Great stuff. Maybe your heart rate is lifted a little bit. In your child's pose, find the breath. Let your body just calm a little. And gently lift up. For the last time, we're going to find our downward facing dog. Lift the hips nice and high. Walk our feet forwards until we find a forward fold. We let the head hang heavy, our feet are hip width apart. We find the elbows. We just sway here from one side to the other. Bend your knees if your hamstrings are currently screaming at you. Be kind, listen. Let the arms go long. Nice and slowly, we roll all the way up to stand. Pull the belly in and find your breath. And then come down into a kneeling position on your mat. Good, so we're going to stretch out through the core and the shoulders by coming into a position called camel pose. So See if you can find a comfortable position on your mat. If you have bony knees, maybe if you're on a hard floor, put something under your knees and tuck your toes under. Now please, 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 if any of you have any lower back issues or you have any issues which cause maybe sciatica coming into your legs, I want you to squeeze your glutes as tight as you can to help protect the lumbar spine. We're going to take the right arm up towards the sky, squeeze those glutes, and then draw your right hand back until maybe your fingertips find your heel. Maybe you can take the whole of your hand down onto the heel. You're trying to draw the right shoulder forward so it's not turning to the right, and we lift the left arm to the sky. And it might be that you just have a small expression of this pose and you're trying to drop the left shoulder back. Maybe you can come into the full expression. Just be mindful, it's quite a strong chest opener and back bend. Bend your knees, sit the weight back, gently come out of it. We reset and we go again. So left side, tuck the tailbone under, lift the chest up, take your left hand back, and we find our left fingertips on our left heel. The right arm comes up and we're opening here. Inhaling and exhaling. Squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward, open, and gently bring it back by sitting the hips back. So we're going to do this once more. I want you to go at your own rate. Maybe you want to keep your toes tucked under for a little bit more height. Maybe you can bring your feet flat to the floor and come into the pose. Maybe you do one, then the other. Maybe you try both at the same time. Have a little bit of free play with this, but make sure you keep it controlled. You don't do any jerky movements. You keep the glutes engaged and the core engaged to support yourself. So pull the belly in. I'm going to do one by one to start off with. I'm going to lift the left arm up towards the sky. I'm going to take my left hand down to find my heel. My fingertips find the heel. My right arm comes up. I'm looking towards the ceiling, squeezing those glutes, pushing my hips forward and opening through the chest. Gently sitting my hips back to come out of it. Pull the belly in. Lifting back up, I go through the other side. Right arm lifts. We take the right hand down to the right heel. We send the left arm up. We pull the belly in and we open here. Maybe you want to try going for both, taking the left hand down and opening. Maybe that's not for you today. Just listen to your body. Inhaling and exhaling, gently sit the weight back. Pull the belly in. Counter pose. We find a child's pose, sending the arms forward. Head comes down to the floor. Finding all fours, still in counter pose. Pull the belly in, push up. You want to round your back now and just again take a little rock forwards and back. And then come back onto the floor. Again, maybe find that kneeling position. Maybe sit on a mat, your mat, or a cushion, sorry. And we're going to send our right arm forwards. Take your left hand and thread it behind your back and take your left hand to find your right bicep. Bend your elbow, lift the chest, look forwards. Maybe you just find a little grasp. Maybe you can get all the way around the arms. My upper body is probably relatively small to some of you guys, so I find it easier, but just do what you can. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your chest. Maybe you're already feeling it through the front of your left anterior deltoid. Maybe you're not. If you're not, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift and start opening that right hand out to the side. So you can feel a pull down the left arm through the shoulder. Gently bring it back and release. Other side, thread your right hand behind, thread it around your left arm. Good. And gently open that left arm out. Find your breath. Breathing deeply here. Inhale. And exhale. Gently bring it back. Interlace through your fingers, push your hands away from you. Send your arms up towards the sky, lifting here and lengthen. Opening through the body, maybe coming into the sides of the body, gently taking it from one side to the other. Then bring your hands down. Send your legs out in front of you. And we start to wind it down a little bit. So pulling your belly in, can you draw your waist in as much as possible? Bend your knees and start to fold forwards whilst keeping your shoulder blades pulled in together. Walk your hands down the sides of your legs. Lift the chest, look up. It might be like I'm demonstrating that you have a bend in the back of your knees. Just see if you can keep your shoulder blades drawn down the back. So you're trying to prevent this and draw yourself into this position. Inhaling and exhaling. And then start to straighten your legs, lift up, pull the belly in. We're going to send our arms up, trying to make a 90-degree angle with our body. So flexing your feet, pulling your belly in, lifting here. Now, have a look at yourself. You may be feeling like you're at 90 degrees. I have a screen that is playing myself back, so I can see how my form is. But see or have a look at your arms. Are they slightly forward? Do you need to pull them back? Do you need to lift your chest up a little bit more? You need to lean forwards. Most people need to lean forwards a couple of inches. And we're going to hold here. Maybe you can feel that now in your lats. So we work from our wrists into our forearms, down through the arms, into the shoulders, and now we're going down to the lats. We're going to hold for another 3, 2, 1, release. Now if you're doing it correctly, you should really be able to feel that. Can you guys feel it on Zoom? Yeah? Fab. One more time. Send the arms up. Pull the belly in. Now flex your feet. Draw your heels up and off the floor. And we're going to sit as tall as we can. Come forwards a little bit. Hold for 5, 4. Squeeze those lats. 3, 2, 1. Don't let your heels come off the floor and just start to hold and hinge forwards even. Take your hands down towards the mat. Now let your heels find the floor. Let the whole body relax. Maybe it does bend now all round. And just take your head as close towards your feet or your knees or your legs as you can. You might be still here holding onto the back of your calves. You might be holding onto your feet and drawing yourself down. Whatever works for you. And then we gently come up. Good stuff. Bring your knees into your chest. Take the soles of your feet together. Hold on to your toes. Make sure that your heels are nice and close to your sitting bones or your groin. Lift the chest, look forwards. Bend your elbows go in front of the knees. And we just start to fold forwards. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then gently lift it up. We're going to take our legs nice and wide. Take our fingers behind us, but our fingers are pointing away from us. Pull the belly in, lift the chest, push into your heels, and you're just opening the front of the body. Inhaling and exhaling. Push into your heels, flex those feet. Inhaling and exhaling. And then gently again, bring the soles of your feet together, pull the belly in. Now those of you that know Owen's another one, the coaches that works with us at the PPC, and you're like, this is one of his favourite moves. We're going to come into what's called a turtle. He got stuck here last time. So we're going to send our right hand under our right knee and our left hand under our left knee. And maybe you're looking at me thinking, Becky, I'm not auditioning for a twister competition and you're just going to stay here. Maybe you can take your head down towards your feet. Juliet, give it a try. I can see that you're budding to go a bit further. Pull the belly in. And just see if you can walk your hands away. This is called turtle pose. I'm sure you can see why. And we're trying to draw our head close towards our heels. My lower back is a little tight today, so this is probably as far as I'm going to go. But again, listen to your bodies. You want to try and push the knees out and away from you. Draw the head down towards the floor. Find a big breath in and out. Maybe you can take it a little bit further. Just maneuver yourself down. Maybe you're feeling it in the lower back or the shoulders. Just be gentle. Inhale and exhale. Nice mark. And then slowly come up. Wonderful stuff. And we're going to find all fours again. We're going to keep working into our arms and our shoulders. So in that all four position, we're going to thread our right arm under and through, take our right shoulder down towards the floor, and send our left arm up and over the head. You have an option here if you want to lift the left leg. This is called rolling panda, and that is for a reason, because you're probably going to roll here or feel like you want to wobble a touch. So just be gentle, but we're going to lift that left leg up nice and tall. See if you can engage your core, pull the belly in, push into that left palm and open here. Your right hand is lengthening away from you. Bring the knee in. Pull the belly in, bring the left hand in to support the face, and just take a pause in child's pose. Arms are lengthening out and away. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. One more. Inhale. Seem to have lost the music. And exhale. Keeping that lovely soft breath. Slowly, we gently come up. Roll the shoulders back and down, take it to the other side. We're going to thread the left arm under and through, take the left shoulder down to the floor, the right arm comes up and over the head, pull the belly in, you're looking under your right underarm and see if you can lift your right leg nice and high. You don't have to though, you're trying to work into your chest, into your waist. Pull the belly. Maybe bring the knee down. Try not to roll to your right. Bring the hand in. And again, find that child's pose. Take the arms out in front, the forehead down to the floor. Find that softness. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking a few more breaths here. Inhale and exhaling. And one more big inhale and exhale. Lovely, looking good on Zoom. Gently come back. Send your legs out and away from us. And we're going to roll all the way down to the floor. Take the arms up and above the head, interlace through the fingers, push your hands away, and again take a lovely big stretch through the right and the left hand side. And then take the soles of your feet together, interlace through your fingers, creating a double diamond or butterfly with your elbows and your knees. Try and release any tension from your glutes, letting your knees open a bit more, release any tension from the shoulders, let your elbows just melt a little bit closer towards your mat or the floor, and find some softness here. So we've got calming music on now. We're starting to become more aware of our breath. We're starting to wind down. And if your mind has wandered at this point, just for the last few minutes of this session, try to keep your mind on your breath, connecting your body and mind through that deep inhalation and exhalation. Inhale and exhale. Bring the knees back in, and we're going to roll onto our belly. So take your right arm out to the side. Your left hand is here for support. If you can see my elbow is up. I'm looking over towards the left side, bending my left knee, and I'm going to take my left foot all the way over. Keep that right arm long, and maybe your left toes can find the floor or your left foot. And you're supporting yourself here. Again, coming into the front of that right shoulder. Find that breath. Bring it back to center. And then we take it into the other side. So pulling the belly in, the left arm is going straight, extending it out to the side. Our right hand is here for support. We bend our right foot and we take our right foot up and over. Let your head be relaxed. The right hand can be pushing into it, trying to take your right foot down to the mat. Inhaling and exhaling. And then release. We're going to come into that position one more time. You may want to stay with the arm extended out to the side. You might want to bend your arm through 90 degrees. If you do, you get an even deeper pull or stretch into that right shoulder. So we're going to come into our right arm, bending the right arm, taking the left foot up, and maybe this time your left foot, like mine, just hovers. I find this quite strong through my right shoulder. So I'm just going to stay here. On every exhale, I'm supporting myself with my left hand. Every exhale, I'm just trying to release a little bit of that tension. Inhaling and exhaling. Come back to center. Last time, bend the left elbow or keep it straight if you want to, especially if you're tight in the shoulders. Bend your right leg and we send our right foot up and over. Pull the belly in, pushing into your right palm for support. Inhale and exhale. I've got railings to contend with here. Inhaling and exhaling. Gently bring it back. Take your legs to straight. Take one hand on top of the other. Shake it out through the hips. And just really gently rolling over onto your back. Take your palms face up, either side of your hips. Let the shoulders relax. Pull the belly in. And find the breath. We're going to take a big, deep inhalation through the nose. And exhale through the nose. And just take a gentle body scan here. So start at the tips of your toes. Work up the body, just trying to scan through our feet, releasing any tension. All the way up through our calves, letting go into our knees, our thighs, our quads and our hamstrings. So we scan up through our glutes, maybe tensing and then relaxing the glutes, just showing the brain the difference between tension and relaxation. Working up into your belly, letting go of any tension here, through your chest and your shoulders, rolling the shoulders down to the mat. Down your arms all the way to the fingertips, maybe clenching and then relaxing your hands, releasing any tension from those two. And then coming into your neck, relaxing the jaw, unclenching your back teeth. Find that breath. Find that peace. Inhaling and exhaling. Maybe just becoming aware of sounds around you. Just like the murmurs of the house. Just trying to stay as present as you can. Don't let the mind wander. And keeping your eyes closed, gently wiggle through your fingers and your toes. Take your arms up and above the head. Take a big full body stretch. Hug your knees into your chest. And gently rock from one side to the other. Rolling over to your right side. Coming up to a seated cross-legged position on your mat. Still with your eyes closed if you wish to. Roll the shoulders back and down. Find your breath. Sitting up nice and tall. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. Don't be shy or embarrassed, just let it go. One more, inhaling. And let it go. Just let go of any final tension. Set yourself up for your afternoon. Try and keep a little bit of clarity here. Hopefully you feel a bit more relaxed, a bit calmer, a bit looser, less tense. Bring your palms together. Rub them together, creating friction and heat. Place your warm palms in front of your closed eyes. Thank yourself for making a little bit of time for you, for turning up. Thank you for practicing a little bit of yoga with me, all of you. Open your eyes in the warmth, and happy Wednesday. So thank you all of you on Zoom. Really fab to have you guys with us, and thank you for joining us on Instagram. I will be doing these sessions on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you want to join, please feel free, and I hope to see you again. Have a great day.